when should you really toss your kitchen sponge? If you had to rank the dirtiest things in your home, you'd probably start with the bathroom heat toilet, the plunger, or the hand towels you don't wash as often as you should. But as it turns out, if you want to get rid of germs, you should look toward your cleaning supplies first. The germiest thing in your house in terms of fecal bacteria and total bacteria is the kitchen sponge, says Charles Grape, Ph.D., a professor of microbiology and environmental sciences at the University of Arizona's Mellon Zuckerman College of Public Health. Tea stays moist most of the time and picks up food on which bacteria grow. And if you think you can quickly rinse your sponge under the faucet and call it a day, try again. When you clean a kitchen with a sponge, you are potentially transferring all the germs from one surface to another surface, says Catherine Jacobson, Ph.D., a professor of epidemiology at George Mason University. So say you wipe a cutting board where you were preparing raw meat and then only briefly rinse off your sponge before wiping down your kitchen table. It will be smearing raw meat juices all over the place, she says. Yum! Which should you do? There are several options for sanitizing your sponge, says Jacobson. The germiest thing in your house in terms of fecal bacteria is the kitchen sponge. 1. To kill bacteria, microwave a damp sponge for 1 or 2 minutes on high, depending on how strong your microwave is, then let it cool down. Note, if the water in the sponge doesn't get hot enough to boil, the sponge isn't clean, says Jacobson. Not into the whole nuking process? You can also disinfect the sink staple by soaking it in a diluted bleach solution for a few minutes, she says. Or and do you know? You can wash it in the dishwasher with the heated dry option. Here's the shocker, you should be doing one of these techniques daily if you're wiping down surfaces regularly. Ahem, guilty. At the very least, on those busy days when none of these are in the cards, make sure to squeeze out your sponge when you're done using it, and store it in a place where it can dry out, says Jacobson. Think about it, if it's chillin' in a puddle of water, you're providing an inviting place for bacteria to multiply. As for tossing the sponge in the trash, Gerba says you should change out your go-to dish scrubber once a week. And if it smells or if it's disintegrating, those are other signs it's seen its last day, says Jacobson.